Hi, welcome. What's that? You want to know about our competition? Follow me. Okay, so you guys, the STACC competition, a lot of you have been asking about it. This is from 8 to 4 on June 13th, right? You guys already know that. How many events? We're gonna do 6 to 7 events. That's spaced out between 8 to 4. So for those of you wondering if you could just come and do some, or take some, leave some, show up at noon or show up at 9, leave at noon. No, you have to be there for the whole day, all right? Still with me? Okay, so what are the movements, right? What are the workouts? We're not gonna release all the workouts yet. We will trickle those out, but I wanna at least give you guys the movements so that you know that there's not really like a barrier to entry here. Some of you guys are gonna be wondering, can I do this, right? I will tell you, this is much more accessible than the open, meaning there is no movement like a kipping pull-up or like a muscle up, or even like a heavy thruster that's gonna rule people out, okay? So here's the movements up here. Deadlift, squat, bench, overhead press, sprint, run, jump, thruster, burpee, weighted carry, bike, row, ski, and then change of direction, okay? Now, here's the type of workouts that we're gonna test these in. 30-second sprint, sub 30-second sprints. That's less than 30 seconds. There will be a 1 rep max lift. There will be 20 minutes plus running. All right, I don't know if this is discouraging some of you from doing this or it's encouraging some of you, but I think with all the High Rocks Hub recently, I should say High Rocks Hubaloo, this should be appealing. Those of you guys that do like maybe a ski to sea, like to Seattle to Portland once a year, this is your deal. All right, it's time for you to get involved in a competition with someone else who might be better at the 1 rep max lifting, because eventually this is all to figure out who's the most well-rounded. Okay, 4 to 8 minute conditioning. All right, I will leave that up to your guys' imagination on what that's gonna be, what combination of things is gonna make that up. The max jumping, that will just be, think about, and we're not gonna do anything dangerous here. So I'm gonna rule out right away that this is a max height box jump. There will be some type of jump. It will be to see how far or how high you guys can jump, but no box jumping. So those of you guys worried about saving your shins. Max rep barbell testing. This would be, think 50 to 100 reps in a certain time frame. How many times can you move X amount of weight, okay? So not quite a 1 rep max lift. And then we have your classic 12 to 18 minute conditioning. This would be more like what we saw in the open, minus, like I said, the skill barriers there. Oh, fuck. All right, sorry, are you back on?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, here's the deal, right? Some of you might have watched that last little clip and you might have thought, hey, I don't want to compete. I'm not a competitive person. I don't really like signing up for these competitions where everyone's watching me, etc. That's totally fine. I totally get that. This is going to be appealing to some people's personality. To other people, it's going to seem maybe a little bit overwhelming. If you view it more as a benchmark test for yourself, like you can do these workouts and then set a standard and see where you fall in terms of how am I in my aerobic capacity, i.e. longer running. How am I in terms of my absolute strength, i.e. the 1 rep max testing? How is my strength endurance? How's my muscular endurance? How's my anaerobic capacity? How's my aerobic threshold? All of these things that I went over, if you guys watched my long YouTube video, all those energy systems are being tested here. And I'm not saying that you have to come to this to do benchmarks. Like, we will sprinkle some stuff in throughout the year. But the way I see it is, if everyone signed up for the open, pretty much our whole gym signed up for the open for the most part, and that was something where people are like, I don't know this skill, I don't know this thing. Like, there's so many things that stop someone from actually seeing how fit they are. This has none of that. This is all about fitness and about finding where someone has holes in their game, where someone's excelling past someone else, right? Or where you are excelling past what you thought for yourself, and where you have holes for what you thought for yourself. Doesn't need to be about you and someone else. So if you're on the fence, just look at it that way. Hey, dude. No, it's all right. Hopefully that makes some sense. I do think this is accessible for everyone. Let's talk more about the time frame. Okay, so you guys, let's talk about the actual structure of the day, right? We've gone over the events, or what will like vaguely be in the events. I've talked about why you should do it if you're on the fence, who this is gonna appeal to. Here's the actual structure of the day, right? 8 a.m., we will have a judge's brief, okay? This is supposed to be when athletes are here. I would recommend getting here at 8 a.m. or a little bit before. But the Mick and myself, right, the showrunners in this case, will be meeting with the judges just to make sure everyone's on the same page about standards for movements, workouts, etc. 8:15 to 8:45, we would have an athlete check-in, and yes, there is a weigh-in. We did this in 2022. We had our in-house competition. The reason that we're weighing you guys is because there will be lifts or 1 rep max and higher rep max testing where we will need your guys' body weight to do what's called a Wilks calculation, where we figure out the actual strength to body weight ratio of that weight lifted, for example. So the person with the heaviest deadlift, for example, or the heaviest squat or bench press does not automatically win. It will factor in someone's body weight to what they're lifting. So this is important. Couple things on this. If you guys sign up and you're wondering if you can game the weigh-in, right? You can. Meaning you can get down to as little clothing as you want for your weigh-in. So when you do your 1 rep max, can I say that? Probably not. So you know what? Let's skip that part. All right, just weigh in and whatever you want. The athlete briefing. This is after you guys weigh in and check in. This will just be going over the events for the day, and there will be some events here that we don't release. So we'll tell you guys at the athlete briefing, and also what to expect in terms of judging standards. I'll say course standards because there will be a run. All that type of stuff, right? We'll cover more of the flow of the day at this athlete briefing. Then you see these events laid out, right? 9 a.m. is event 1, 10 a.m. is event 2, event 3, etc. There's enough spacing here, hopefully, to give you guys time to recover between events. Now, let's say that 9 a.m., event 1, is a short event. Let's say that this is under a minute. If you're in heat 1, you go at 9 a.m., you're done by 9:01, you technically have time to eat a snack, recover, get ready for your heat to go at 10 a.m. So this would be heat 1 of each movement, okay? Obviously, if you're in heat 3 and you're not going till 9:07 or something, you would be going at 10:07 and so on and so forth. End of the day, last event will be at 4 p.m. and then we will do awards at 5 p.m., okay? Just so you guys can see here how it's not really feasible from a logistical standpoint or from a recovery standpoint for you guys to come and only do part of it, all right? Or can I just squeeze my 6 events into 3 hours? It's not really like optimal for you to be doing that, okay? So that's how the day looks. And if you're like, this is crazy, are you trying to kill us? Some of these are short. Some of these are just lifting. This is not 6 conditioning workouts, okay? Also, another thing to think about, if you've ever done a CrossFit competition, right? Whether it's like the T-Town throw or whatever, I don't know. So, some of you watching this video, I've personally been to your competitions. They are always from 8 to 4 p.m., okay? Or 7 to 3 or whatever, right? So this is not out of the norm for that type of day. The reason we wanted to do this instead of something like the Open where it's spaced out from Friday to Friday to Friday is I think we will actually get more buy-in with this. And then we can make events in the future where it's just like a quarterly thing. And we don't need everyone to be there for 3 weeks in a row. We have issues with that too. The issue with this might be a childcare thing, right? My kids have baseball, my kids have whatever. Pawn your kids off for the day, get a babysitter, right? Spouses. Some of you that don't have your spouses coming to the gym, they can just be your kid watcher for the day. I know that's possible. If you want to do it, you'll make it happen, all right? Easy for me to say I don't have kids, but I know how people operate. You will make it work if you want to do it. That's it.